Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today, courtesy of our friends across the pond at Boxing 247 and augmented by a couple of other websites that are offering odds on various bouts coming up that I might discuss later on if I have time, specifically related to the big fight coming up between all the women on October 15th. An awful lot of fighters who are just declared the obvious winner, but the headliners are too close to call. And if you're a betting person, good luck to you. Flip a coin. Anyway, let's get to today's news, which is more of a bit of a continuation of the ongoing story that was breaking earlier this week, which should have broken a lot earlier, quite frankly. What has happened is simply a disgrace. It's an embarrassment to boxing. In other sports, when testing takes place, the results are disclosed immediately, especially if they're negative, which if they're negative, action is taken. And action is taken to the contrary in this regard with respect to various people saying the fight should have continued. And it shouldn't have continued unless sanctioned by someone else. In this particular case, let me read a statement by Matchroom and Wasserman Boxing involved in the Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn fiasco. Conor Benn having been tested positive for a women's fertility drug, frankly, which quite, in other circumstances, quite frankly, is a masking agent for steroid use. And if you take a look at, say, the before and after pictures of Conor Benn, he certainly put on some poundage, some muscle, and quite frankly, that testosterone booster certainly did the job for him. Was it fair for him to use that? No, it wasn't fair under the rules of the game. So here's the statement. After discussions with various parties, we have taken the decision to formally postpone the bout between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. Now, here's my personal comment. Over here in North America, where I'm broadcasting from, it wasn't such a big deal. It wasn't such a tremendous fight that we were sitting on the edge of our seats waiting for this fight to happen. If you ask any one of the younger generation of boxing fan today who Nigel Benn was, they would probably suggest he might have had a hit single in the 1980s. No. He was Conor Benn's father and quite a famous fighter in the UK. This is my point. This has been a black eye for boxing this entire week as these stories continue to circulate. Just how bad is it? There are memes now with respect to Conor Benn, and it's a travesty. It really is a shame. The statement continues. It is undeniable that the British Boxing Board of Council's decision to withdraw their sanctioning was procedurally flawed and without due process. That remains a legal issue between the promoters and the board, which we intend to pursue. Fair enough. But here's my point. Conor Benn, who is a Matchroom fighter, has put a stain on all of Matchroom's fighters. Because if he's been cheating, who else on that roster has been cheating as well? Are you telling me that Eddie Hearn doesn't know what these chaps are doing and potentially the ladies are doing behind closed doors with respect to enabling themselves a fitter body to make sure that they have an advantage in a fight? Long ago, and you'll hear Lou Eisen on our show on Talk and Fight each Sunday talk about controversies in the sport involving all sorts of ways that boxers and their promoters and their managers have attempted to gain the upper hand. And I think, realistically, there's been a trust value now that's been eroded in the North American audience and probably audiences around the world. People who enjoy the sport of boxing but who do not enjoy hearing this kind of news, that Conor Benn is a cheater. The statement continues. However, whilst there are legal routes to facilitate the fight taking place as planned, we do not believe that it is in the fighter's interest for those to be pursued at such a late stage, or in the wider interests of the sport. As promoters, we take our obligations and duties very seriously, and a full investigation will now need to take place. We'll be making no further comment at this time, and news for ticket holder refunds will follow. Fair enough. At the end of the day, go ahead, investigate all you want. But as I said, it's a trust issue. It's now a public relations issue. It needs to be handled with white gloves, quite frankly. Um, there are an awful lot of fighters on the Matchroom roster that I like, but I'd like to see each of them get tested and each of them get tested and show a positive result as a result of those tests. I really like that would be a good statement on Matchroom's behalf to facilitate, if you will, the trust issue that I think is at stake right now in the boxing community. Let me continue with a statement from Chris Eubank Jr. He simply said, Conor got caught using an illegal substance, so the fight is off. Can't believe it. I really apologize to the fans and everyone that bought tickets, traveled, and booked hotels. This should not have happened. He has escaped his schooling for now. Fair enough. To which Conor Benn replied, I'm truly gutted that we were unable to make this fight happen on Saturday, and I'm so sorry to everyone who's been affected by the postponement. I'm still completely shocked and surprised by this, and it has been a tough couple of days. My team and I will consider the next options, including rescheduling the fight, but my immediate focus is on clearing my name because I'm a clean athlete. I call bullshit. Elsewhere, a buzzing O'Shaquie Foster has promised he will dominate at the super featherweight division after his world title shot was confirmed. Foster has been ordered to face Mexico's Ray Vargas for the vacant WBC 130-pound title following the decision of champion Shakur Stevenson to move up in weight. The sanctioning body has confirmed a free negotiation period has begun to stage the super featherweight showdown and that the winner must make 2 mandatory title defenses. USA's Foster, who's 19-2 with 11 knockouts, woke up on Monday morning to messages on his phone confirming the WBC's ruling that he must face Vargas, who moves up a division, having been world featherweight champ. He said, it's a dream come true. I'm so happy I can't even hide it. It's something that I've been working for since I was 8 years old. I never had a dream to be an Olympian. It was always to be a world champion. So I'm feeling great, and I'm ready to put on a show for the world. Good for him. That's what I like to see. Thomas Patrick Ward has put the world featherweight champions on notice that his final eliminator was announced. The WBA's number 1 contender has been ordered to face Uzbekistan's Eubank Kolmatov to decide on who is next in line to fight for the world crown. Leo Santa Cruz and Leigh Wood have been ordered to fight to determine one champion in the weight class, and the winner would face Pro Bellum's Ward or number 2 ranked Kolmatov. Ward, by the way, he's 33-0, 1 draw, has waited patiently for clarity from the WBA and plans on backing up his claims to be the best boxer in the 126-pound division by securing his world title shot with a victory over the 10-0 Kolmatov. Ward said, I've never had anything easy in my career, so I knew that getting a straight shot at the world title was probably never going to happen. But this is a final eliminator, so I know that when I win, I'm next in line for a shot at the world champion. Everything is now moving in the right direction. And added, I don't know very much about Kolmatov, but traditionally the Uzbek fighters are very well schooled, so I'm already prepared for that. But I believe I'm the best featherweight in the world. I want to challenge all the champions in the world. It's great that Santa Cruz and Wood are fighting, and the whole WBA world title situation is moving forward. Let's finally trip on to Philadelphia, where Johan Promotions, they're presenting Excite Fight Night number 9. That's going on tonight. It'll be October 7th down in Philadelphia. Here are a list. One of my favorite veteran fighters in the heavyweight division. He's down in the rankings, but he's still fun to watch. Joey Dawejko. He's going to fight Terrell Jamal Woods. Also on that card, Kevin Ford's fighting D'Angelo Fuentes. Diane Butt facing Juan de la Cruz Rodriguez. Brendan O'Callahan's fighting Jeremiah Kendrick. Sazlan Abrov is fighting Salfadine Mazi. Boris Knight is facing Hakeem Smith. Aaron Numone is going face to face with Jaquan Humbert, and that's going to be a great fight being held at the Parx Casino in Philadelphia, and it's being promoted by Joe Hand Boxing. Good stuff. As I promised, a quick little look at the betting lines here. Let's have a quick look at the women. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's an awful lot of underdogs. If you're a betting man or woman and you want to toss some coin, just go to any betting site. It's kind of funny because these are incredible, serious underdog action going on. But when it comes to the headliners, let's have a quick. Whoa, too close to call here. Wow. Michaela Mayer and Alicia Baumgartner, flip a coin. Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields, flip a coin. Either one. But if you win, you're not going to win much. But if you bet on some of those underdogs, whether it be Milena Kaliva or Erica Alvarez, Bukra Al-Qazi, Gemma Ruig, I thought she'd be doing better in the betting lines. But anyway, Bet Connolly as an underdog. Timmy Bellick, Vanessa Calbero, Marina Sakharov. Wow. These are all good fighters, but they're all underdogs on that card. Anyway, there you go. There's all the news fit to print for today. Thank you very much for joining me here on Talk and Fight. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got plenty of other shows happening today. Check them out on the Talk and Fight website. That's talkandfight.com. No G, talkandfight.com. And we'll see you later on at 4 p.m. With Knuckle Up guys, Mike Gore and Cedric Benn. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow.